First of all, I'd just like to thank you for coming today and speaking to us. For those who don't know you, could you just introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Jason Howarth, and I was, for 18 years, Burnley drag diva Xanadu Minelli.
Let's just start from the very beginning. As a child, teenager, did you see yourself doing then what you're doing now?
Not at all. I had I wouldn't say a very religious background, but both my parents were involved in church and stuff, and nothing about gay lifestyle, drag queens was ever mentioned. I never knew nothing about it. Although saying that, I did want to be a hairdresser, so the clues might have been there. But no, I'd never thought about being an entertainer of any kind at all.
Well, you got married quite young at the age of 19, and you went on to have a child with this woman, and then later on divorce her, and then came out at the same time within like a short amount of time. How did you deal with all this?
It wasn't easy. I mean, obviously when I married her, obviously I loved her. I was 19, I was very immature 19. She happened to fall pregnant. We said we wanted children. So, yeah, we got married when I was 19. Amy was born just after I turned 20. And I think I got divorced just after my 21st birthday and came out.
How was your family with you? How did they support you when you came out?
It was a bit mixed, really. Obviously, at first, my ex-wife, she was fine. We got on fine. We used to go bum shopping, as she called it. But other than that, everybody else was fine. My mum, she didn't mind. It took me ages to tell her, but she didn't mind. But the first person was always my auntie, my dad's sister.
You have a picture of her here, don't you?
That's my auntie Doreen, my favourite ever auntie. She's balmy. So I told her, and she said, "Tell your mum, she'll be absolutely fine." So it was her that taught me to tell my mum.
On the topic of coming out, Tom Daley has just recently come out in a YouTube video, and there's been a lot of backlash in homophobic comments on Twitter. Have you ever experienced any homophobic abuse? And like, what was your
I did when I was
experiences?
younger. When I first came out, I was walking home one night and I was pulled over. Somebody stopped in a car and I think they were asking for the time or a light or something. Went to talk to him. Told them what time it was, and then next news, two guys jumped out the back and jumped me. One ran away with my bag, the other one just decided to kick the hell out of me. Said they'd seen me coming out the garden bar. So, but that's about it. Apart from name calling, that was the only real issue I had. And I do still get stuff about being a drag queen.
So from coming out to the homophobic comments, stuff like that, what made you decide to get into drag? How did you get into it?
It was purely by accident. It was not long after I'd come out, I started going down to the garden bar and got friends with the landlord. And it was somebody's birthday, and he said, "Do you fancy doing something for him?" And I said, "Yeah, all right then," because he knew I sang. So we come together, and he said, "Oh, do it in drag." Now, I'd never heard of what drag was. So he told me all about it. And I said, "Yeah, go on, I'll do it for a laugh." And then from there, it just snowballed, really. I was doing birthday parties, corporate events. Obviously, at the beginning, I looked awful. But it just got better and better, and then realised I could make money out of it.
Tell us about the places you've worked and the people who you've worked with.
Obviously, Burnley's always been my favourite place to work because it's home. But I've worked in a place called Chorley, an Angel, but it's called the Angels Bar. There I was just a DJ. I worked in Manchester as a bar staff in drag, Blackpool, London, doing corporate events. I've worked all over. A lot is the northwest, like Blackburn. I've DJed in Blackburn.
Is this all just performing as Xanadu?
Performing and DJing.
Oh, DJing.
So, yeah.
That's,
I do a bit of both. Blackpool's one of my next favourite after Burnley, though.
Why is that?
Well, obviously, working all over the place. I've worked with many different drag queens. In Burnley, I worked with Angel Delight, Eloise DeLacy, Misty Chance, who now works in Manchester. But in Blackpool, I worked with Rita International, who's a lot like Xanadu, but a little bit older. And then I got a chance to work at a bar called Roxy's, which is named after my drag idol called Roxy Hart.
So Roxy Hart is your drag idol. What was it like working with your idol?
But even though I worked at that venue, we didn't work together all the time. I worked on the nights that she wouldn't work. which was like midweek because it was quieter. But Halloween, I got the chance. She was DJ and I had performed, and it's the first time she'd seen me do a full show, and I was really, really nervous about doing it. But she gave me all the support as I always thought she would do. And then afterwards came up and said, look, any advice you need, you know where I am. It was frightening at first, but it was amazing.
Is it true what they say, never meet your idols?
Yeah, you do see some sides of that person that you don't really want to see, and I've seen a few of Roxy.
Are you willing to
No,
spill?
because she might watch this.
Moving on, swiftly. You've not only done DJing as Xanadu, DJing as Jay, performing as Xanadu on stage. You've also worked in Panto, which again is on stage, but not exactly doing the drag act. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, I got approached because what it was the year before I did pantomime, they wanted a costume for the Dame, so they asked if I had anything. They knew that I worked in a drag bar, so they come and asked if I had anything. So I lent them an outfit, and I said, anything else I can help you with, give us a call. So the year later, I got this call saying, can we come and see you? Right, okay. So they came to see me and said, right, we've got 2 parts we need filling in pantomime. One of them was 2 lines long, or something like that, and the other one was the Dame, which is like one of the main parts. So it was completely different to being Xanadu because I looked nothing like Xanadu. I had the most atrocious makeup, horrible wig, bright orange dress with a teapot on the front, and boobs out there. But it was one of the best things I've ever done. I'd do it again tomorrow. I loved it.
As you're saying, you've retired Xanadu now. Well, this character that you've created has been with you for the past 18 years. What was it like for you when you decided to hang up the wig, so to speak?
It was hard. I've been thinking about it for a couple of years, and I've said many times I'm going to retire, and everyone's like, yeah, right, whatever. I've took a break and gone back. So obviously people are thinking, oh yeah, I'll be back in about a year. But I was to and fro in, am I doing the right thing or shall I just cut down? But I've got quite a few health issues, and that was the main reason to give it up. Because obviously health comes first before anything. So it was very, very hard, but at the minute I'm not missing it at all.
What would it take for you to bring her back?
£1 million? No, I don't know. I'll never say never. And it's like I've spoke to my mum about it, and might change the character.
Ah, interesting. Ooh.
Maybe.
Ooh. Well, thanks for coming in and speaking to us. It's been an insight, and we hope to see Xanadu back sometime. But if not, something new might come along, something bigger, something better.
You never know.